Hi guys, welcome to CoHomez. I'm Keith, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your co-living space and automate the management with CoHomez. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is obviously go to cohomes.com. Once you get here, first thing you're going to see is the home page, which is a map and all of the recent listings of other co-living spaces you'll see here. When you list your co-living space, yours will show up on the search results first as the most recent listing. So there's a benefit to listing on this platform. So go over to list home. That's what you want to focus on. You want to first add your home here. It's going to ask you to create an operator account in order to add the home. So you'll have to go and do that, but that's a real short, simple process. Just enter in your email, stuff like that. Once you're on this page, this is where you put in the details of your home and set it up. So this is the fun part. So give your home a name. For me, I'm going to call it the launch pad. You're able to select the type of home that it is. So it's default to community, meaning that it's a regular co-living space. For me, I want to set up a home that's for young entrepreneurs that are trying to build a business and create a supportive environment around that for a living space. So I'm going to select community. But if you have maybe a sober living home or a senior living or independent senior living or even student housing, you could select a specific type of home. That way people are aware of what it's about. Then here you can go over to the genders, and if you want to make it just an only female or only male household, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to select all genders, then put here your home address, put that. The home intention, this is kind of what the whole idea of your home is. So this is where you can literally set an intention for your home. So my home is about entrepreneurs coming together and providing that supportive community. So that's where I would type this right here. Down here, you put your description. And then down here is the really important part. You want to add all of the rooms that are in your home. So if you have 4 rooms in your house, you want to add 4 of these. And if it's a shared room, you have multiple beds in another room, you'll add a bed here, and then it'll automatically mark it as shared. So if you add a room and it only has 1 bed in it, it's already going to automatically note that it's a private room. If you add another bed, it's going to note that it's automatically a shared room. So you can go ahead and do that. You could even name the beds. So maybe if you want to call it like, I don't know, business room or whatever it might be, you know, bed 1, bed 2, bed A, bed B, doesn't matter. You can do that there, so you can customize that and keep track of your rooms. The availability dates, they don't really matter. You can select those for right now. Will show up on the explore page. But once you start adding residents in the backend on your operator dashboard and you select their move-in date and their move-out date, it's automatically going to update your listing publicly in real time. So you don't really need to worry about the availability date right now. Then you go down to pricing and additional details. This is obviously where you set up your pricing. It's going to automatically detect the amount of bedrooms you have, the amount of beds you have. Obviously mine is 4 and 5 beds. And then you put in your amount of bathrooms. I have 3 bathrooms in my house. And then here you can set your prices for private room and shared rooms. So I put $1,000 for a private room, $850 for a shared room. This won't matter too much anyways because it'll change in the back end. Once you add a resident to your home in your operator dashboard, you're going to be able to set up their payment plan anyways, and that's the price that they're going to be paying. So this technically changes per resident later anyways. I usually like to set the minimum. So if your private room is a minimum of 1,000, put 1,000. If your lowest price for a shared room is $850, put $850. If you want to put your maximum, you can do that as well, of course. Down here, you'll put in your details and the rules. So what's included in a room, put bed, desk, TV. Then you select your amenities, a Wi-Fi, it's furnished, parking. There's a gym in here. If you offer cleaning services, utilities are included, things like that. You could also add up to 3 custom amenities. So maybe if you have a cold plunge, you know, you have something specific that you want to add, you can do that. Or maybe you have a sauna, you could do that and add those cool amenities in there. Now, if you have an age range with your home, maybe it's just 18 plus, as simple as that, or maybe it's over 65 if you're doing senior living, something like that. But you could put an age range here or a minimum age. So if you also want to do like an age range with the home, it's like that. Pretty simple. Over here, minimum lease, 1 month or how many months that you want to have a minimum sign up for. And of course your max lease, maybe you only want people to stay for 6 months to a year. Of course, your house rules: no smoking, no drugs, whatever the rules are. Put the rules: you have to have a business, maybe for my home, for example. Applicant requirements, you can put proof of income. Just they need to know what to expect when they inquire about your home. So maybe you want to put that there, or maybe it's as simple as like come with a goal, come with a business, something like that. You'll upload your photos here, and then down here select whether you want it public or private. Public means that it's going to publish it live, so it's going to put it on the marketplace so people can find your home on CoHomez. If you want to make it private, it's not going to show up on the explore page. People can't find it with CoHomez, but you'll still be able to, of course, add residents to it and invite people directly to your home and to apply for it with a link. Go ahead and choose the option that you want, read the terms and conditions, and add your home. Here, when you go to the operator dashboard, now you'll see your home here, Launchpad, and the overall dashboard. If you have multiple homes, they're going to show up here, and everything that you see on the left side here in this menu is going to be related to all of your homes. So if you want to manage a specific home in your list, you can go hit manage, and this is where you can see the details of the current residents, and of course on the top right you can add a resident and put all their information there. Now you could of course do this on the overall operator dashboard as I just showed you. So if you go to here and you just want to add a resident from here, you can do that, and then it'll ask you which home that you want to select it to. I only have one, so it's gonna only put Launchpad, of course. Put those details in there, their name, their email. If the resident that you're adding is not a current user of CoHomez, don't worry, they're gonna get an email invite when you put an email in here that they've been invited to view resident details and all that, and then they can make an account and get into their resident dashboard, which I'll show you what it looks like in another video. You can see that down in the description, what the residency side looks like. I go through all the features there. So here, and their rent that they're gonna pay, select the room and then the bed that they're assigned to, then select their move-in date and their move-out date. And then if you need to add any notes, like this person prefers a shorter stay, may change their move-out date, something like that. If you, whatever the notes you need to add, if you have some separate third-party like documents that you want to upload, you can do that here just to keep everything organized, attached to that resident, whatever it might be. So anyways, go ahead and add them. And then you'll see here the details of your residents. Here, there's a progress label. So in case like you want to keep track of their progress in your home, because your home might be intentional. For example, mine is an entrepreneurial household. So I might want to put this person just launched their business, and you can select the color for that and add that label. So now they could see this and I could see this to keep track of their progress. They moved in, they just launched their business on this date, and then if I remove the tab, it's gonna just add on the progress that it's been removed, so now it's changed. That way you could see the journey and the progress of everything that they're going through within your household. So of course that's an optional feature. For the sake of not making this video too long, I'm gonna stop it there. That was part one, setting up your home on CoHomez and adding residents. On part two, I'm gonna show you how to set up application forms within CoHomez, create custom application forms, and send that out for e-signature, all within CoHomez. So it's a very easy process, and then I'll show you how to be able to review applicants and inquiries in the next video. So go ahead and click part two, and I'll see you there.